Good morning. Oh, that light is crazy bright. It's yeah, I want it over there. I do not want it shining. It's bright. Okay, that might be. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. Good morning. Good morning. Let me see if I can join this live myself so that I can make sure that I can see the comments. Okay, here we go. This is that. We are going to be working this morning. We sure are. We are going to get this wreath made that I've been dying to make. And well, hello, good morning, Miss Miller. Good morning, good morning. Can you let me know if you can hear me okay? Are you able to hear me? Is the sound good? Give you a minute to comment. Is the sound okay? I just want to make sure there's no echo and feedback. And hopefully my second screen is working. Yes, great. And the screen is clear. You can see my hand, my little bandaged hand. It's perfect. You're so wonderful. Wonderful. Well, good morning. Good morning and welcome. Welcome to some conversations and coffee. Because we definitely got that. You got your coffee? And you can see the screen. Lovely. And I can see the chat over there, which is fantastic. So we are cooking with gravy. We are cooking with gravy. I got a couple projects that I got to get done today. Hey, Miss Karen, Grand Rising to you. How you been? Y'all know I've been missing YouTube so bad. I've been missing bad, y'all. I've been missing y'all bad. Let's get some air going on in here. It's an early Saturday morning, but I have got to get back into the swing of things. The doctor has cleared me to return to work after the hand surgery, though I'll be wearing this. This is one of my new accessories that I shall be wearing for the next few months while the swelling goes down. But if you had a chance to catch my update with my OT, Lisa showed me I got to keep wearing this. And I was supposed to get the second surgery here, but we're going to try the Band-Aid method first before we go back in for another surgery, because this was absolutely more than I anticipated. But how are y'all doing? Miss Karen, you got some coffee this morning, or you got tea, or what you got? Water? What y'all drinking on? This one is chocolate caramel pecan. And I have discovered cold foam while I've been home. And so Starbucks and Dunkin' have nothing on me. Oh, I need to clean. I'm not I didn't run to go do that, but I need to. So we go and just water so far. And Luanza, what you got? You got coffee yet? I have two projects that I have to get done this morning, and that's why I want to go live, plus answer any questions anybody might have. But I'm so excited to share this craft that I want to share with you all. So later today, my sorority, we have our chapter photo shoot. So the first project is going to be really quick. I'm going to bring it over to the table and show y'all over here. But has anybody ever been to like any of birthday events and they have the like boxes or baby showers and they'll have the letters on them? I'm going to actually bring this and show you. I had to put them together. Ooh, here they go. Ugh. So if y'all have ever seen these, they call these balloon boxes, and the boxes have letters on them or the birthday person on them. I think I'll lean back if you can see it. And so we in the photo shoot, somehow, y'all, I got voluntold is what I like to call it, because I was just giving ideas. And next thing I know, I got given the assignment to come up with the decor for the second location's photo shoot. So we're going to be like in this Park District hall. And so I got the balloons in the backdrop and everything, but I ain't never did nothing like this, right? But we crafters. And so we gave it a try. But anyway, I found out yesterday that Party Cities are closing. All the Party Cities are closing. Like their company, I guess, filed a bankruptcy and they are closing them all. And so I just stopped in one because I needed some balloon tape. I have never done this, so I had to do some research on it. And y'all, I found out there's some really good money in obviously party planning and decorating. But to find out Party City was closing, like that blew my mind. I know Joanne Fabrics is closing soon, but I saw the general manager and he said all of them are going, y'all. So I say all that to say that I was able to get the 4-piece. Usually you can order them online, but they are a lot more expensive. What Party City had, and we needed white. Yeah, I didn't know they were closing either. The sign on the store said 40 to 80% off. So I went inside and then I was like, oh no. And I mean, so I was able to get all 4 of the balloon box. It came in a pack. Here's the package of the one that I got. And so it already has the word love on it, right? But we can't use that for our event because we needed to say Zeta. So the first project I wanted to show y'all was how to take these boxes and convert them using your Cricut machine or any kind of cutter machine that you have. So I did one last night, first of all, obviously to test my theory, and I'll show y'all here in the overhead. So when I bought it, it already had the E on it because it spelled out the word love. So we need Zeta, and you fill the boxes with balloons. So I flipped it to the other side and used my cutter machine to cut the letter Z. So now I was able to get these for 50% off. So these came out to $6 for me. And so today I'm reconverting the others. So the thing is, they won't see the L or the spelling out of love because once we get to the location, we're going to fill it with balloons and blue balloons exactly so that the words can say Zeta and we can pose around them. And I'll make sure to take some pictures later today. So I wanted to show you this because if you take advantage of going into the store that's closing, and you pick this up, you can actually, they collapse back down. So they're space friendly, but you can peel off. If you get removable vinyl, which is what this is, you can peel off the letters, change it, and turn it on the other side. All the Party City, the one in West Palm Beach on Okeechobee and Military Trail, Luanza, you will remember that one. All right, so basically what I've done is I measured out the original letter that's right here, and it came in at a 5x5. So I went to my Cricut machine and I cut it. The reason I'm doing it on the opposite side is the balloons will actually cover it. So once you cut out your letters, which I did last night to save some time, I used my transfer tape because when you're using permanent or removable vinyl, you are going to need some transfer tape. And I'll make sure after the live, I go back and link it. I've had this roll for at least 8 months because transfer tape is reusable. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to measure up over top of it. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You do want them to be straight. But all you're going to do, the plastic is kind of sturdy. So all I'm going to do is lay it down on top. I'm going to use my hand to burnish it down. And then take my fingers and pull back my transfer tape slowly, making sure it's stuck on there. And now I have my second letter on the box. I told you this project is super fast. So we're going to go. Now, mind you, I can still use the love if I want to. And when it's time to do this project again for something else, because now we actually have something that we can use as part of backdrops, we can change the wording anytime we're ready. So it currently says love, but as soon as I'm done, it's going to say Zeta. So here's my second or my third letter. It's not in any particular order. So what I'm doing, and actually I want y'all to see this part. So let me move it over here. Was one other, I knew I put everything I was going to need on this first table. And now I'm looking for my scraper and I don't see it. Oh, y'all for real. Oh, but you know what I can use? Because we creative over here. I have in my next to me one of those metal business cards. So I'm just going to burnish it. I don't know if this is hard enough. Oh, there it is. Okay. So I'm transferring the letters. If anybody is wondering what I'm doing, I'm transferring the letters using what I cut on my Cricut. And you can slowly peel back your letter. The good thing with this is once it's cut, permanent vinyl is so easy to work with. Good morning, Sheila. Good morning. Welcome. I was telling everybody Party City is closing if you're familiar with it. And if you're a crafter, don't think that Party City, don't think of it as, oh, it's only the place I can go and get balloons. Like they have costumes, which my sister's on here. Her name is Luanza. Sister, I found Milani a Peppa Pig Halloween costume. Though I know she don't want to wear it before Halloween, and she absolutely can because she's the princess and she could do whatever she wants. But I did get that, and that's going in her Easter basket that we're going to be making soon. So, all right. So now I'm going to put down, as you saw, I stuck it down, and then I was able to peel it right back up. So Party City had more. They had costumes, all kinds of decor, plenty of balloons, of course. They had a lot of spirit wear stuff. So everything is 40 to 80% off. And if you have a brick and mortar store, they're even selling their fixtures, y'all. So it definitely, so now the A is done on one side and the O is on the other. We're going to do the last one and then we'll stack it up so y'all can see that quick transformation. Yes, candy is on there too. Sure did. They had the candy, like if you do baby showers and you know how they have like the candy table and all the different colors, that was there. They had a section for bakeware. So I know she be on here with her small cakes. She can get a lot of bakeware stuff on sale. I'm sorry to see them go because that's another good store that you could go and get stuff from. Especially if they had a sale going on, and we just losing a lot of the good brick and mortar stores. All right, so this is the last piece, and then we're gonna jump into this wreath because y'all, I was doing my research that y'all know I try to do to save y'all from having to do the work. And man, the money that you can make from making an Easter wreath this year is gonna be insane, and I want y'all to make it. So, all right, so we're gonna put the E down. The good thing is if it's not, even when I line it up, when we get to the venue, I can always go back and take it off and lay it down again. So again, you just want to be careful because this is some good transfer tape. So it has good tack and it does stick. And you don't want to put a lot of weight on the box. All right, so here we go. Don't forget to like the video if you are in here. It helps my channel. because YouTube is absolutely going to make me pay for being gone for so long. All right. So now we got it. Let's line it back up. So for theta, we need it to say ZETA. So our A goes on the bottom. Our T goes next. We need our E. And we need our Z. All right. So now I want y'all to be able to see it. I think if I put it right here, y'all should be able to. Ooh. Can y'all see it? The light might be too much. Let's see. Can y'all see the letters? I can see it, but I don't know if y'all can. Whoa, whoa, whoa. My lighting, it's true. My lighting is so bright. Y'all can't see it. Okay, when y'all get my point. Oh my gosh. They went kaboom. All right, I'm going to put them back over here. And maybe without the direct light in y'all's face, you'll be able to see it. But the point is, for $6, we have, for $6, I've got a centerpiece for them. Now you can see it from over there now. There we go. Now you can see it. Yeah, so they're about to get a backdrop for us to take the pictures. So again, later, I'm going to take pictures when we get there so I can show y'all how it turned out. But if you are looking for one for yourself, maybe down here is a little bit better. It's called the Room Decorations, and it comes with the whole kit. I just use my Cricut machine to change the letters. And again, when you have balloons in it, you're not going to see the letters on the other side. So with that, thank you. Let's get into today's craft. So first thing I want to do is I want to share the screen, and I want to show y'all some money information first, because I think that's important. So I'm going to share the screen. Give me 1 second to here and share. Okay. So the first thing, yes, it is, Karen. It's going to look amazing with those royal blue balloons in all different shapes and sizes. So I'm excited. And I'm going to make sure, like I said, I'm going to take some pictures so y'all can see. I think it's something that would be great for your business, but it's also great. Like if you got a craft table, you can kind of set your decor apart. So today we're going to make an Easter centerpiece. You guys know before, when we left off last year, we were doing some wreaths. Well, springtime is a great time to capitalize on folks looking for wreaths for their doors, swags, and centerpieces. I know someone who sells their Easter centerpieces to their church, so that they do when they do their Easter luncheon, and they make a pretty penny from that. But I wanted to start by showing you what pricing is looking like on Etsy, since that's usually when we think handmade, where a lot of people are going to go. So we are actually going to make one very similar to this. And as you can see, oh, whoa, what was that? Okay, the screen just completely, okay, it's coming back. I don't know what just happened, y'all. It felt like a power surge or something, because the screen, which was fine, is like not doing it. So let me stop sharing, and I'm gonna try one more time. I don't know what happened with the centerpiece screen. Let's try it again. Etsy acting up. See, they don't want me to give y'all this good information. Okay, let's try one more time. All right, so it was this one, and let's see. Okay, try it again, y'all. All right, so what I went in and did was I put Easter centerpieces, and on the centerpieces, this is a good example. So if any of us shop at the Dollar Tree, we can kind of spot a Dollar Tree piece. And so some, or embellishments, I should say. So you can get your ribbons for wreaths from anywhere. But this center one here is selling for $62. $62. And we know from our Thanksgiving and Easter wreaths that we did that this is mesh and ribbon. And then I see like a little Easter egg over here. Mesh and nothing but mesh and some ribbons, $59. This is just the bow alone. They're selling for $11.50 right here. So I want you, to kind of have an idea. Like some people say, oh, but I don't have a wood cutting machine, so I can't really go for the big money. You absolutely can, because in a wreath like this for $34, just say 35. When I show you the products we're going to use to make it, you all are going to see the upcharge that you're going to be able to get, and you're saving the customer the time that all they have to do is take it out and fluff it, and they've got the perfect centerpiece. People are willing to pay. This is $1 million industry with using items from the Dollar Tree. This is yarn and ribbon. So I just wanted you all to be, oh, actually, there was one other screen that I wanted to show you. So we're going to go to Amazon because I want you to see here. I want you to see the wreath hack that we're going to be doing the cheaper version for, but saving us some money. So it was called, oh my goodness. I knew I was going to do this. In the creek. There we go. Okay. So the name of the company that inspired this video that we're doing today is called In the Creek. And In the Creek sell Unique in the Creek. That's what it's called. It's this one. So let's show you this. Unique in the Creek has this long board, wreath board, that you can then take and turn into swags. Now, if you remember, we did one with the paint sticks from Home Depot. This is what the board looks like, and it can either go vertically or horizontally, and all they're using is the ribbons and the Deco mesh. Now, they sell 10 of the boards for $35. And if you don't have Prime, you also have to pay for that to come to you. So I got to thinking, like, wait a minute, I've seen that kind of layout before. And so, y'all, let's think. I'm gonna do it this way. Shift 7. Okay. So now what we're going to use as our inspiration. Anybody seen these at the Dollar Tree? Have y'all seen these? It's in their office supply section. It's the same kind of a board with the holes in it. So today we're about to make an Easter swag using a product that's $1.25 to create the swag that we just saw Unique in the Creek is selling for $35. $35. Now, what I really love about the option of using the Dollar Tree hack for it is because they come in all different shapes and sizes. So here's a small, right? Because they use this like a pegboard. This is in their, yes, Karen, pegboard. But instead of paying $35 for 10 of that ugly gray, they sell it in white and black. And look at all the different shapes and sizes that we can use. So I made a small one the other day, and the doctor cleared me. I got so excited. I made this one, and I lay it down so y'all can see it here. Same pegboard with my pipe cleaners. How cute is this? How cute is it? The little bunny with my wreath. You cannot even tell that that's a pegboard underneath. And so that's what we're going to make this morning. We are going to make it. So a couple things that we're going to need. We are definitely going to need some Deco mesh. And this mesh that I'm using, you can get this from anywhere, but I recommend a 10 by 10 roll is going to be enough. And what we're going to do it with, I think, is going to be the long one, because that's our closest one. And it's in black. You won't even see the one underneath. So you're definitely going to need the mesh. You're going to need a pegboard. Okay. Now, what I wouldn't suggest, the one I have on my wall with my tools, I actually went to Home Depot and they cut that for me. I like this because this is the plastic and you don't have to worry about getting any splinters or anything. So you're going to need your pegboard from the Dollar Tree. You're going to need your Deco mesh. You're going to need some pipe cleaners. Y'all should recognize these. When I bought my pipe cleaners for Christmas, this is from my Christmas stash. So you're going to need some pipe cleaners, and we're going to leave them full. We're not going to cut them in half like we did before. You're going to need a pair of scissors, a good pair of scissors. Hey, Donzel, thank you so much. It's so good to be back. I missed y'all. And thank you for supporting my other channel. I really appreciate you. You're going to need you're going to need your edger trimmer here, and we have our safety on. You're going to also need some ribbon. Now, these I got from Dollar Tree as well. This whole project cost us less than $10 to make. And y'all saw, hey, Soror, how are you? We saw 35 was the minimum amount that we saw on Etsy we could charge. Our investment is going to be like $10. So you're going to be making a good $25 or more, depending, because if I were doing the bigger one, I would certainly charge more. All right. So for ribbon, 2, 4, 6, 8. I got 8 of them for me. But now this one was already in my stash, the pink one. But these are, and the Dollar Tree has some really nice ones this year for Easter. But what I'm showing you, you could make for any kind of event or special occasion. This is just what we're going to do for Easter. So I don't know if I'm going to need all of them, but I just had enough out for just in case. So that's the project, y'all. You just need 3 good things: your ribbon, your base, and your deco mesh. And we're about to turn this oh, I forgot. I'm lying. I will bring out the embellishments in a little while, but let's get to cutting our mesh. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my mesh wrapping off. Remember, this is a 10 by 10. And you can find 10 by 10s, I think, at the Dollar Tree. I know they got the 6 by 6. So I just always pop my head in the Hobby Lobby. But y'all know I had deco mesh in my stash from months ago. So I also have my cutter board, my self-healing cutter board here. And I think I'm going to go with the blue as my dominant. And so to cut it, you need this to be at least, I'm going to say my board goes to 18. I'm probably, actually, I'm sorry, y'all. Before we do that, let's prep the board so we'll know how many we actually have to cut. So what you're going to do with your pipe cleaner is fold it in half. And now you got your V shape. So when you think about your board, you have to think about first, how are you going to use it? If you're going to use it as a swag that you hang up, then it's going to go this way. If you're going to use it as your centerpiece, it's going to go long ways. So for me, I'm going to think of it as you have 5 holes across the top here. And I can come down a little bit more, I think, so you can really see good. Okay, so you have 5 pegs across the top here. And so what we're going to do is put our pipe cleaner through the 2 on the end and the 2 on the end. So we'll do that one first. And all we're going to do is poke the holes up through the top, because we folded it in half, bring them up, twist them really tight. And that's our first one, prepped and ready. We're going to get our second one. Skip the hole in the middle. We'll skip the middle. Good morning. Oh, my goodness. I'm so glad to be back, JM. Thank you so much. Oh, my gosh. I missed y'all so much. I knew I was going to miss y'all, though. I knew I was. I knew I was going to miss crafting. But I had to take care of myself. This hand issue is something as crafters we got to be careful about and be aware of, because we use our hands for everything. And just over the years of me not protecting them and you know, giving them the break they need, I fell into it. All right, so here's our first one. We have our first 2 holes are prepped and ready. Now, because you don't want the mesh to be looking bunchy and not really smooth, what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip the next row, and then I'm going to do the next one here. So you will need, you know, I would tell you, you could get your pipe cleaners from the Dollar Tree. And again, you're not going to really see the color of the pipe cleaner. So, I mean, use what's in your stash. Y'all know I'm a proponent of saving you money so that you make more money. So if you, whatever color you got is good. I just happen to have the silver, and that's why we're using that one. But I don't want anybody to get stuck and say, oh, I like this project, I want to go make it, and now I got to go run out and buy silver pipe cleaner, because you don't. All right, so we have 4 pieces so far, and again, a good twist and pull. So we're going to go ahead and do that and skip the next one, right? We're going to alternate, always leaving one in between. And we can always go back, y'all, once we do it. If we feel like we need to add a little bit more mesh, we can always go back. But I would say, you know, prepping the board and putting in too many is like cutting your hair. You want to be conservative, because once you chop, you can't go back and put the hair. But, you know, you can always go back and trim a little bit more. So this part is what I'm putting in now. I'm just prepping the board. And if you're just joining, welcome, first and foremost. I'm so glad to be back. But we are making an Easter centerpiece that you can minimally charge $35, as evidenced on Etsy, because that's one of the first things we did was looked it up. All right, so now you can see we're skipping the next, and we're going all the way down to the bottom. So far, we have 6 sections that are going to get some mesh. So what y'all been doing since I've been away? It's been like 6 weeks, y'all. 6 weeks of healing. Has everybody been good? What is going on with y'all? Let me know. Y'all got y'all coffee this morning? Was this too early? My sister will tell y'all I get up at the crack. Once I'm up though. All right, we going into our last one here. Let's do this. Pull it up together. Tie and twist. All right. And then we're going to do our last section. And then I'm going to show y'all what we're going to do at this end, because the thing is, we're using our hack is that, and Karen told us earlier, she guessed it, we are using the pegboard from the Dollar Tree in place of the wreath, foam wreath that you can get from Amazon under Unique in the Creek for like $35. We spent $1.25. It's snowing in Ohio. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I don't miss the snow. Now, as you notice, we're down here at this end, right? And this is our end. So we know we need something there, but we don't have a second hole. So I think what we're going to do here, just to make sure that we get nice coverage, is I'm going to do the 3 here. And we'll see how it turns out. The good thing is this is a beginner-friendly project that is very forgiving. All right, so I'm going to do the twist that way, just so that, and actually, you know what? I might decide. That's okay. We're not going to overthink it. All right. What time is the job fair? That's exciting. What time is the job fair? All right, so our board is prepped, okay? Very, very simple. This is the back of the pegboard. You don't have to worry about sticking yourself. So we're prepped. Looks like we're going to need 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. 11 bundles of our mesh. So that's what we're going to cut next. And again, getting this from the Dollar Tree gives you a lot of versatility and shapes. You can make individual centerpieces with name cards for people at the dinner table, for your Easter dinner or whatever, because you don't have to make it an Easter theme. That's just what we're doing. All right, so I've got my mat, and my suggestion is going to be that we, okay. So my suggestion, first of all, we got to cut off the ray edges there. Okay. All right. So we want to start with a clean edge. So that's what we did here. And then what I'm going to do, let's raise it up just a little bit. Now, instead of 17, which is where the board goes to, I'm going to gather and do 20 for my cut. Okay. And that'll take me back to the edge of the board. So all I'm going to do now, I'm going to bring it over so y'all can see. All I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut my mesh. Again, we're going to use the Cruffle method. Y'all know that's one of my favorites because it's actually very forgiving if your cut happens like this and it's not exactly even. So I'm going to make 11 of these rows first. I'm just going to quickly go through and cut 11 of them. And then we'll show you how to do the Cruffle method if you're not familiar with. So this should be enough to get me the 11 that I need. It should be. But just in case, I have my white over there waiting. Until you had some blood work done and you fainted, oh, or you felt faint, that's scary. Oh, I love First Watch. Anybody else ever ate at First Watch and had that $1 million bacon? Woo, now that's some good stuff. It's really candy bacon, but they like to call it $1 million bacon because boy, it is so good. All right, that's 3. And we just whipping right through cutting. I got another little trick for y'all too when it's time to make the Cruffle method, how we're going to use something else that everybody has in their house that they probably throw away, but I'm going to have y'all saving it now because it's going to help you in your crafting. All right, that's 4. And honestly, with this wreath, y'all, no kidding, the hardest part is prepping the board and then getting your mesh cut, because once you do this, the rest is just your creativity doing what it does. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we got 5 cut. I think I'm gonna be able to get all 11 out of this, y'all. It's gonna be super close, but I think I'm gonna be able to get it. So there's 17. Cut a little, and I might be cutting a little bit more, but again, this method is super forgiving, so nobody will even know. And don't worry about if when you're doing it, the edges start to fray a little bit, because that's why we like the Cruffle method, because we get to hide the frayed edges, and nobody, even the person paying you money to make it for them, will not have a clue unless they dismantle the wreath to try to see what's underneath. But nobody's gonna pay you $35 or more and then go messing it up. That's just not gonna happen. So you don't even have to worry about that. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 cut, almost there. We need 3 more, but we're gonna, if we get enough to cut the 4th one, I'm gonna just cut the rest of it because, you know, we can always put it inside the wreath. 9. This one is number 10. And I probably could be cutting this a little more even, but it's still hard for me to hold my cutter like I normally would. But this activity is actually allowing me to do some of the hand exercises that the occupational therapists want me to keep doing. So that was another reason. I was like, well, if I'm going to do exercises with my hands, I might as well do something with my people. All right, y'all, I'm cutting the last one now. And look, we still got a nice amount left. So this is great. This is number 11. Okay. And I'm going to cut number 12 just because I got enough. And we do have that little weird end part over there. And just in case we decide to hang this, because that's the other cool part about using this, is that the setup on the back of the item has hangable hooks. Okay. So we've got this. So we're going to go ahead for now. We do need to do our ribbons, but in order to kind of take a break from that, we're going to go ahead and roll our mesh. All right. So, and I know it's kind of dark, so it might be better. Oh, okay. I'll move that so you guys can really see it a lot better. All right. So, I can use my little rock. One of my friends, has anybody ever, did y'all see that trend where people would hand decorate the rocks and then hide them in different places, and then you find it and you would replace it with a rock? So a really good friend of mine was into that little artistry. So we're going to use her rock that she gave me as the thing to help us hold the mesh. All right. So you can also use a chip clip if you have it, but I'm not going to go run in the kitchen and go do that. All right. So basically, our next little hack. Anybody throw these away from your paper towels or in this case, mesh, or save these, y'all, because they are the perfect size to start the roll that you need, your curl. Because remember, our cruffle method is just a curl and then bunching to make the ruffle. Now, you could do it by hand if you don't have one. But if you have one, the great thing is it slides right out. Look at my perfect little curl. Now, I'm going to put the rock on that side, turn it around, create the second perfect curl. And it's inclined to want to wrap anyway. So we're just going to let it. And we want 2 good rotations. And you'll know you got your 2 good rotations because it'll start to look deeper, right? Because it's clear. And now all I'm going to do is slide it out. I got my second perfect curl. And now all I'm going to do is roll and walk my way to my rock. I lift my rock off and keep pinching, pinching, pinching until I've got my perfect cruffle bow. Can you see it? Perfect bow. Now I'm going to take it because it's cruffled. It's ready to go. Okay. And all I'm going to do, and we'll start where we began. So I'm going to take, it's already pre-tied, right? The first part, the first one we put down. All I'm doing is pinching in the middle, taking my pipe cleaner, giving it a nice hard twist, and then a couple more. And my first one is on. First one is on. Number 1 done. She plays with them. Telescopes, yes. Yep. So all you need is one good one. And that's our first one. First one. Nice and full. So now I'm going to do another one just so you can see it again. Let's put our rock over here to hold it down for us. And again, my niece's telescope. All we're doing is letting the mesh wrap around it. One. As soon as I can start to see the other side come through, all I got to do is slide it out. And I got my first perfect curl. Go to my next side. Go to my next side. Put my next roller here. 1 row. This is such a forgiving project, y'all. I kid you not. 1 row. Slide it out. I have it. Now it's time to walk my way to my rock. Pinch, 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 pinch. Second one done. It's so cool. We're going to take our second one. And remember, all we're doing, that's why we left them long and we didn't cut them. Because we have a lot more mesh than we usually use. And it's bigger. But as you can see, it's starting to, that's our second piece down. So now I'm just going to knock the other ones out. See what y'all are saying in the chat. I'm not going to do this one as slow because I think you guys have a good idea of what I'm saying you need to do. And I do want y'all to see how easy it is to knock them out when you're not talking as much as I was. I'm just rolling. Once I roll, pull out, pinch, 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 walk my way to my rock. You cannot mess this project up. You can't mess it up. That's why I like it. It's so easy and so forgiving. And It's almost like a good hairstyle. Like, when you first do it, you wash your hair and then you say, it's so much better once I get a little dirt in it, it'll respond better. That's what this is. Like, a little bit of it not being super perfect is what I like about it. I don't have to stress. I can just do it and keep going. And the base is so pretty already by itself that by the time it's time to embellish, oh my goodness, it's going to be so pretty. So I told y'all what I got going on today. I got to go to our sorority chapter photo shoot. What y'all doing later today? I know Donzel, you got to go get some blood work done and go have a good breakfast. What is everybody else? I know Lawanza's going to a job fair. Let's all say a wonderful prayer for her that she gets the job she's going for. But what is everybody else doing? You see in the chat what y'all gonna be doing today. Okay. Thank you. I love it too. Now I'm just going straight down the side in case you're wondering. You could jump around if you want to, but I'm just going straight down one side. Once I put the first piece at the top, I just am coming straight down the side. That's not an order to it. Can't get it wrong. Oh, you got chapter meeting too? Now remind me, where are you? What state are you in? And are you going to Boulay? We got to take over Nashville. You know we do. Got to take over Nashville. Yes, please. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck. I'll call you later. And see how it all went. Good luck. Good luck. All right. We are halfway there with our curls. Our cruffle. It's also called a woodland bow. A woodland. I think it's what I heard one of my favorite YouTubers that does bows. She was the inspiration. Her name is Holly Hobbies. If you're really into wreath making or really want to get into wreath making, she's a great YouTuber to watch. Her name is Holly Hobbies, and she is actually a affiliate for Unique in the Creek, and that's why she uses their foam board. But I saw the Dollar Tree and was like, I think I got a cheaper way to put more money back in our moneymaker pockets if we get it from there. So I'm sorry if this rolling part is taking longer, guys, but I am minding my hand. I'm not trying to be too frantic to be using my hands again by rushing myself. Even though I do got a time that I definitely am going to have to be done by, so I can get ready for for the photo shoot. But anyway, all right. So now we got our first one down. You cannot break mesh by moving it. See, I'm just moving it out the way. It's okay. I cannot break it. And actually, I feel like my picture didn't come back big. It looked kind of small. I'll look at that in 1 second. All right. This one tied down. Because the good thing is once you get it in, you're going to fluff it back up anyway. I was coming back over here to see what happened to the picture because it looked like it was bigger before then. So I don't know why it shrank down all of a sudden. That don't make me happy. What is it doing? Hold on a second, y'all. I'm trying to fix the view that I want. That's not the one I want, though. I want it to be this one. I'm trying to make this one my dominant, but it's not. No, I want it to be the other one. Y'all, see what I be doing. Oh, my goodness. I'm so not great at StreamYard, y'all. I want my table view to be the big one. Oh, or bigger. Okay, okay. I just had to click it. I was like, why didn't it look big no more? Okay. All right, so we still got these 4 to put in. So we got 4 more to do. Oh, if I didn't say good morning to Doris, good morning. So let's do this last 4. All right. And y'all know I'm a proponent of using what we got in the house already. I don't be wanting us to, because as crafters, we all got stuff that we done ran out and bought when we saw a video, and then we didn't go make it, and we didn't do nothing with it. And it's just sitting in there. That is free money in my mind. We are let slide away. And so anytime I can come back and have us go back and use what we've already spent our money on to make us some money, I'm always going to try to teach us that. So, all right, we're coming into here. And again, if you just joining, all we are doing is making us a cute little Easter centerpiece using the Dollar Tree pegboard as our base, as opposed to the ones we saw from Unique in the Creek or Hobby Lobby, which is actually way more money. We are going to use these little pegboards. I love them because they come in different shapes and sizes. They have the rectangular size. They've got the little small one. In a second, I'll go back and show y'all the little tester I made last night to make sure that what I thought would work for us. And I'm going to just put that one on my table. All right. And all we are using is our good tubing from one of my vinyl rolls that I ran out of. And instead of throwing them away, we all got rolls of vinyl. That's another place you could get them from if you don't have your paper towel roll. All right. And all we did was our little cruffle method. So let's move this to the side so you can see it again. We prepped the board by laying the pipe cleaners down. And then we press it down. You do have to put a little weight on it because the instinct of the mesh is to pop back out. All right, we got 2 more to do. We cut some extra pieces in case we thought we would need them. So let's do that. And all I'm doing, this is helping me get a nice full curl. I'm wrapping it twice in case you just got here or you're joining in the replay. And you can let me know in the chat once you see this if you're replay ganging it with me. But this helps you get a curl. Now you can do it with your fingers and roll it up yourself. But it's like this gives you a nice, perfect, clean curl. So that's why I kind of like using this method. And Holly shared that on one of her videos that I was looking at when I was out recovering from hand surgery. And I was like, oh, I got plenty of those. I got to save them. All right, here's our next to last one that we're going to put down here. And again, this is just some pipe cleaner we had left over from our holidays. I keep pipe cleaners, and what a perfect go-to little craft item. Is so versatile, but you could use any color. Well, hello, Von Steele, Miss DeMasa's in the building. How are you? After that long shift, I started to call you yesterday, but then I didn't want to bug you. I knew you had a long, long day. You guys, Von Steele is my cousin, and I love her to death. She is one of my fave. What are we talking about? One of my faves. She is absolutely my fave. You guys are going to get to meet her in the coming weeks on my second channel, Living a Great Life Over 50 with DJ, because she has a travel business, luxury travel business. She books luxury travel for folks, and she is going to be teaching us how to get the most out of our budget when we go on a trip, honey. So be on the lookout for that. All right. Oh, yeah, we got 2 more. Okay. So let's do this one. We're making an Easter centerpiece, Von Seal, if you're just popping in, because I just looked up and saw. Using a pegboard as our base. All right, so this is where we are, y'all. We got 1 more piece to put in. Now, does that look like a pegboard? You can't even see the black part underneath. See what I'm saying? The perfect project. Perfect project. All right, we're on our last cruffle roll. And again, the reason we call it a cruffle is because it's part of a curl and part of a ruffle. Put it together and you've got a cruffle. And we're just using our little tubing. And this is also why it's important to cut 20 inches of mesh, because you need enough to roll it so that it has, you know, some substance to it. If you do less than that, I mean, you could. I wouldn't suggest it though, because you won't have enough to hide the frayed parts to the end. Okay. All right. So we're putting down our last piece, and it's probably not a bad idea that the end piece ended up being where it is on the board, y'all, because if we want to hang this, right? If we want to use this as a door hang, a wreath on our door, this is our top. We'll know that this is the top. All right. So now I'm going to raise the camera up just a little bit so you can get a better view. All right. So far, this is our whole tray. And I'll show y'all here too. First one. Now, what do we need to do now? Because we can still see our sides. This is what the back looks like, in case you're wondering. Let's get a little closer. So we got all of our pipe cleaners. And now here's our cruffle. So this is our beginning. Now remember, we left spaces in the middle on purpose, because we have embellishments and we've got ribbons that need to go next. But I'm not going to kid you. Look how pretty this is. It's already looking good. And we haven't even put anything. All this is poly mesh. So if you got any deco mesh in your house that you a crafter and you're like, where did I buy this stuff? Well, here's the start of what you can do with it to make something pretty. So the next thing we got to do is our ribbon. So I have Easter eggs. These I got from the Dollar Tree. These are the same. Then they had some Happy Easter ones here. And then I have pink. So you're going to need three different. In my project, I'm using 3. So obviously I'm going to use the one that says Happy Easter. I'm going to use the eggs, and I'm going to use the pink because I want this to be nice and colorful. Now, these came from the Dollar Tree. It's 3 yards on here, and these are 2.5-inch ribbons. Okay. So, and you're going to take your plastic off. The red one, I think I got the red one from the from Hobby Lobby, but again, I grabbed this out of my stash that I already had. And these, you can use any kind of ribbon. I just prefer the 2.5-inch ones. You would think I'd like the bigger ones, like 3 inches or more, but I like these because I don't want them to overpower the cruffle, but I do want to be able to see them. Okay, so I'm also not going to dovetail these while we're on today because it will take a longer time for us to finish. If I do that, it'll take a long time. And I'll show you what dovetailing is, but I'm just not going to do that for the entire video sake. All right, so we got our ribbon, and I'm going to suggest that we do 10 on the ribbon. I want to do 10, or do I want to do 12? Okay, I think 12 is what I want to do, just to make sure. So in this case, I'm just going to cut my scissors. Well, actually, no, I take that back. All right, so I'm going to measure at my 12. Can y'all see that? I think you can see the whole thing. I want it in the screen so you can see this in case you do it. And there's a couple ways you could get to this if you don't have a mat. All right. So first is I'm going to measure it out to 12. And then I'm going to put my finger here and I'm going to roll it over. Now these ribbons, keep in mind, some ribbons that you buy that have wire in them are two-sided. So it doesn't matter which side you use. But this is a one-sided ribbon. Let's get you a little closer. This is a one-sided ribbon because the color is not as vibrant on the back. See, this is the front. This is the back. But for the purposes of what we're doing, it'll still be okay. So now I'm just going to use the ribbon as my tool to measure. So in case you don't have this kind of a cutting board, and I'll do the next one with my ruler, you can use a ruler to do the same thing. So again, what I tend to do with ribbons like this is I'll just use the whole roll of it. I already know that I want this to look really nice and full. So I'll just use the whole roll of the ribbon. And again, I got this from Dollar Tree, but for this to work, y'all, you will need a wire ribbon. And honestly, I was at Michael's yesterday too, and Michael's has all of their Christmas stuff that's still hanging out is also 80% off. So this would be a great time for you to run into Michael's and get all your ribbon for next year's Christmas wreaths that you plan to make, because you're going to get those big, beautiful ribbons, nice quality ribbons on sale, 80% off. All right, so let's move these stickers. So as you see, I got to the end and this one is not a full piece. So I already know I'm not going to end up using that part, but now this is the stack of ribbons that I have. So what I'm going to do, turn it to the side. And the first thing I'm going to do is slide my scissors in, use the bend and cut. So this little remnant I'll put to the side. I may use it later. All right, so now I got my set of ribbons. They have their seam, and all I got to do is take my scissors, the wire, come right through, and one cut, and now I'm going to have my first half of my ribbon. Y'all see the cut on the screen? I have to always be seeing where my camera is. There it is. That's better for y'all. All right. So I'm just coming through the side of the loop we made. That's why we bent it. And that's why you need a wire ribbon. Because without a wire ribbon, you won't know where the middle is. It'll go away and you won't be able to see it. So I'm going to cut it from this way so y'all can see again. Through and one cut. Through the little loop and one cut. And then we'll see how many ribbons did that 3-yard get us. Okay. So now our first stack is done. And remember, it's two sides. So you want to make sure when we go to put it on our wreath, we're using the right side. So now I'm just flipping them over and making sure that everything is on the right side that I need. So here's my first ribbon done. And that's really pretty. You see it? Okay, so we got 2, 4, 6, 8. We got 9. So we're going to get 9 ribbon bundles out of our ribbons. So we're going to do the same thing. And now that we cut one ribbon, oops, look at that wire trying to come out. All right, we got one ribbon pattern cut. I'm super forgetful, so I'll forget that I cut 12. The good thing is I have the other one. And I can use that as my measurer if I have forgotten. Now, I also told you if you did not have this kind of board, I don't want everybody to feel like they got to go run out and spend money, because you don't. You can use a ruler to do the exact same thing. The exact same thing. If I say we're going to measure it out, use the ruler and do the exact same thing. Okay? In this case, we know we're going to 12, so we're going to do the same thing again. And we're going to use the first piece to help us. Again, the ones from Dollar Tree are typically not a double-sided ribbon. So just be mindful for that. You can usually get your nice double-sided ribbons from Walmart, Hobby Lobby, of course. And just if you're deciding to say order on Amazon, please make sure that you know if what you're getting is a double-sided ribbon or one-sided ribbon, because where it will matter is when we go to put it on the wreath. All right. And then we're going to just flip. Now, this will be an interesting test for us to see. Do we get 9 out of the same one? The different ribbon, do we get our 9 cuts? 9 is what we're going for because we're going to use them in a bundle to do it. Now, you could put them in separately, but I wouldn't, because the more that they go together, the nicer the fluff. All right, so it looks like they got their measurements right, because we ended the same way. We got that one little extra piece that we know we're not going to need. So I'm just flattening down the ends so that I get my scissors. We're going to cut off the first end. We know we're not going to need it. We got us another little, and we might end up using it later anyway because we don't waste. And I still got some of the little remnants from the one that I made as the tester. All right, so again, we're going in and we're just cutting. I'm trying not to trigger the other hand. I was supposed to have surgery over there too, but one hand at a time, honey. We cannot be cutting both of DJ's hands. She will not be able to do anything then. All right, I think I got one more. All right, here we go. All right, I think we got them all. Yep. All right, flip over, do the next one, and then we got one more ribbon, and then it'll be time to place the ribbons down. Okay, let me do it. I couldn't tell if that one went all the way through. Oh, it didn't. Sorry about that. I'm trying to hold it, but this other hand, y'all, is also problematic. We are just trying to method of self-healing it. The doctor, OT therapy, told me to try. So it is a little awkward to hold the pen, so the scissors, but I'm also trying to be very safe. So sorry if it's taking a little longer to cut ribbon than normal. But all right, there we go. Our second, this one I really, really love. This is so pretty. Well, thank you. Thank you. I love it too. The other thing is, why I love an Easter wreath, I ain't gonna lie. It's so many beautiful pastel colors, and it just makes you feel happy. It's bright. Like, I love this little Easter egg ribbon that the Dollar Tree had this year. It's so pretty. It's got little glitter in it. All right, so, and see, this is where, look how nice they're gonna look together. So pretty. And that's why I think the pink is the way to go with this, because I think this pastel pink is really going to add to how nice that these other colors look. Now, I might be wrong. I think it's going to look good up off of the other one, but you know what? We might not even see it now that I'm looking at it. But I think I had, oh, you know what? Actually, why don't y'all tell me? So we got a choice. We need a choice. We need help. All right, so we got 2, y'all. We got the pink, and then I had this other one that kind of got the bunnies in it. So I'm going to set this here, these 2, and think about it. They're going to go with this, with these 2 ribbons. So between the pink and the one with the little bunnies on them, so the first one is just eggs, but this got bunnies and eggs. Which ribbon should be the third ribbon? This is pink is option 1. The bunnies and the eggs is option 2. Which should be the third ribbon to the bundle? Tell me in the chat. Pink for the contrast. Okay, we got one for the pink. I was leaning to it too, but it's so sheer. I didn't know if it would wash out. But Karen, she said first, pink for the contrast. So we're going to go with it. We're going with it. Pink is the winner. That was easy. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So let's do this last one. Fold it over. Now, this one, This day? Yeah. Okay. I should get the same amount. This will be interesting because this one came from Hobby Lobby. So see if Hobby Lobby's math is the same as my Dollar Tree math. We should get 9 bundles out of it. The good thing too, we going with the pink. I'm noticing that this pink wire actually has some iridescent. Can y'all tell that? I don't know if y'all can see it from there, but I can see it from on this side. The pink has some like iridescent inside of the wire. So I think you're right, Karen. It's going to contrast, but it's also going to complement that blue, because when I roll it over, I can see the blue. Oh, but I'm noticing, I don't know if I'm gonna have the same amount. Oh, we just ran out. Okay. All right, that's the end of that row. This one wasn't a full row, but let's see how close we got to what we needed. So let's pair these corners back up and let's see. Flatten it out. Let's cut and see. Okay, good. Oh, Jesus. There we go. All right, last ribbon, and then we are putting that on, and then y'all put on the embellishments, and then we got us a wreath or a centerpiece, depending on how we want to use it. All right, that was the last cut for that side. And we still got our edge over here. I didn't cut it off yet, so we might as well do that first. That's where the roll finished. But this pink wasn't a full roll, so that was on me. I didn't realize it because I'm sure I didn't wrap that as many times. But we'll know in a second if we measured out. Come on. Okay. 2 more. This is so hard, y'all, holding these scissors and not being able to navigate them. This surgery was certainly very humbling. I definitely learned what I could not do on my own. And I'm so independent, but boy, it taught me some lessons. We probably have to do a nighttime craft for that one with something stronger than coffee. All right, let's see how many did we get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got shorted 1, but that's okay. We are not going to. Good luck, Luanza. All right, so we're going to do these bundles. Now we got to raise this up again so y'all can see. We got our pink. We got our Easter. Okay. And we got our egg. These are our 3 contrast ribbons that we're going to use. Now, I guess I said I wasn't going to dove them, but I do want to make sure that it looks right. So we're going to do it in piles. That's why you also need your good pair of scissors. So basically to dovetail, and I'm going to do a few at a time. The good thing is we only have 9. So basically for a dovetail cut, that's how they have the little V. You take your ribbon, you fold it in half like that to create. And then let's say if you fold this way, there it is. If you fold this way, the way you fold, that's the open part. I cut up towards my open. And I'm just coming down. And then that gets me my little dovetail is what they call that method. So we're going to fold it again. And we're going to cut up toward. Okay. And now we have their dovetailed. So I'm going to do these last couple just because I think this will be one less step that I have to come back to the wreath and do later. And I really want you all to have a finished product. So I'm putting them together, folding them in half. Again, so forgiving. I love that this project can have some imperfections and still turn out gorgeous. And they do. It does. So, again, putting them together, lining them up. They're not all going to be the exact same, but you'll see once we put them in, you're not going to see it that imperfection anyway. So fold in half and cut up. All right. First ribbon, fully done. So let's knock out this one. This one is a little easier because it's a burlap base. The material of the ribbon is more closer to burlap. All right. Again, sharp scissors really makes the cut nice and clean. So don't use your dull scissors. And these are just regular scissors that I got from Joann's. All right, half that bundle is done. Do this last set. Thank y'all for hanging with me. I really appreciate you so much. I do. I got some small business orders I got to get to, but I ain't going to have time to do them today. Probably be my afternoon projects tomorrow. Some satin bags that I do for my small business finder deals. I've got 25 of those to make for my Etsy order. All right, second ribbon's done. Pinks. These will be a lot easier because the pinks are super thin, so I'll be able to do these all at one time. So just lining them up, edge to edge. Definitely the pink. You like that anyway. But yes, Karen was correct. I think she hit the nail right on the head with this. Now, what I am noticing, I'm not going to lie, with the Dollar Tree ribbons, y'all, I'm noticing that the wire is like coming out a little bit. And I think that's kind of telling, right? Because usually the wire stays inside. And we had a nice clean cut, but I don't know if y'all can see it. Like that ribbon is coming out right there. And so I would just say be careful because even though it's cheap wire, it still can poke you and it'll hurt. So be careful when you're working with wire ribbon. It's probably not helping that I have on this glove because this glove is grabbing everything. But it's okay. It's helping us keep the scar covered because I don't want to creep y'all out with showing y'all my new battle scar. All right. Let's cut this set and then we're going to go back in. The good thing is we left the pipe cleaner nice and long. Okay, that side is done. Last two. We left the pipe cleaner nice and long because we're going to use the same pipe cleaner for the ribbons that we use for the mesh. All right, so we're ready to go. All the ribbons are done. So how are we using these ribbons? We're going to take our first one, lay it down, take our second one, and we want a slight crisscross. And then we want our third one with a slight crisscross. So that could be that layer, or I could put the pink in between. Don't want it too much. So basically, that's our look, the three, okay? So now, once you have your three laid out, you could take your hand and make your half because you just want to fold it. You want to fold it in half, just like that. Now you have your fold because the wire ribbon is there. So now when I slowly open it up, I can take and pinch. Wreathing is about pinching. And here's our first bow. Now this pink is acting a fool. Y'all see this pink bending up like that? It's not laying as flat down. I like the pink, but the good thing is it's ribbon. So even if she acting a little disrespectful now, once we put her on the form and fluff, we won't know that. All right, so let's bring our phone back, our board back. Let's raise you up so you can see. Oops, no, this way. Okay, so now we're just going to come on in, find our, remember we have 11. So we got to be a little creative with this because we're actually going to be too short, right? So what I'm probably going to do is stick to my sides first, and then I'll come back in my middles just so I can make sure. So I'm going to take my first ribbon bundle, find me one of my long silver pipe cleaners, and I'm just going to come right in the middle, pull up both edges again. That's why we left them long, so you can see. And all I'm going to do is press it down and twist the twist tie. Press down and twist a few good times. I'm not worrying about fluffing right now. I just want to get them in. So that was my first one. So here's my second one, ready for that. So we're going to go ahead and do our ribbon. We laid our first one down, lay pinky across, get our next one. And again, I told y'all this part doesn't even have to be perfect either, because all we're doing is pinching to create our little bow look. And then we're going right back in with our second one. Press it down, lift up the pipe cleaner, twist 2 or 3 good times. Second bundle is in. I will come back and we will fluff it all at one time. So here's our next one with our pipe cleaners ready. I told y'all the hardest part is prepping the actual board and the ribbons because of the dovetailing that you do. Now, some people don't dovetail, but I just think it gives the wreath a nice little, and you could fold it or you can eyeball it. I'm just eyeballing it now because these ribbons don't have a lot of busyness on it, so I can see the middle pretty simply. All right, and again, twist, tie, like you closing up your bread. All right, so we got 3 so far. All right, here's our last one that's here at the side. So that's where we're going to put our next one. And then we're going to flip it over and we're going to go to the next side of the wreath form. Again, we're using a Dollar Tree pegboard, y'all. I don't know if y'all getting how cool that is. The Dollar Trees are everywhere, so you will be able to find this pegboard for $1.25 all year long. You can make any kind of wreath, holiday wreaths. You can make centerpieces for mom for Mother's Day if you're doing a Mother's Day brunch. All right, that's our first half side done. Oh, I hate that. I can't never see them. First side is done. It is. It's coming out really nice, right? All right, so now we're going to do the other side. So we still have enough to do that. And then we'll fluff. And then we'll go get the embellishments. And wait till y'all see this little pink thing that I got over there that now that we have picked this pink ribbon, I'm even more fired up for because it's going to look so good with this. It's going to be all about the colors. All right, so we're coming back over here and we need our first front one, which was right here. Press it down, pull up the pipe cleaner, twist. First one in. Here's our pipe cleaners for our second one. Is anybody going to try to make one? I know you watching me, but I think y'all can do it. Is somebody going to be brave out there and try to make this? I done told you where I got everything. Is somebody going to try to make one? Because if you do and you send me a picture of it, I'll put it on my TikTok to show them my money makers out here doing big things. All right, let's get this one in. I would be so excited if one of y'all tried to do this. Crafting is so relaxing. All right, let's get our third one. Here's our third one on that side. Now we're about to be in trouble because we only got 2 of these pink ones left. Because remember, we were short. We were short one on the pink, but I think it's going to be okay. All right, pinch, 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 just pinching to create a bow, right? All right, here we go. Get this down right in the middle. Pinch and tighten. All right, and then, yep. Okay, so then we got 2 more. Okay, yep, and it is lining up. Okay, so we're gonna get 2 more on this side. That'll be good. Okay. Put this one down. All right, and I think, right, okay. So that line that's up there. Okay, so that's so far. Now we haven't even fluffed. And it looks like I have 1 more left. So I said, yes. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do is, because this was the top part where it didn't line up exactly, this is where I'm going to put the last bundle of ribbon right there. That's where I'm going to put it. So this one down, pink one across. And this, you don't have to do it this way. If you decide to do it, you could put this at the other end. You could stop right there and not even put the last little bundle there. I'm just going to do it because we cut it and we already have it. So it just makes sense to me to go ahead and use it. So twist, press down and twist. All right. All right, y'all. So here we go. First side. It is looking good. All right, now reality is we do need to pull it out and fluff a little bit, even though it's looking really good here. I'm still not quite ready, I think, to cut. I'm not ready to cut the ribbon, the pipe cleaner just yet, because I have some floral greenery that y'all gonna help me decide if we put in there, because I didn't put any greenery in the first one, but I have some. I saved it for today. So basically, when we talk about fluffing, what you're doing now is trying to just make sure that there are no open spaces that lets you see the bottom of the wreath board. So you're just pulling out your ribbon, using the wire in it to straighten it out. We'll go back in and hide the wires of this. We'll clip this in a little while, but right now we want to fluff out our ribbons. We want to make sure that it's turned to the right side. So like in this case, the one with the Easter eggs, they have glitter. So we want to make sure we can see the glitter from the Easter egg. On the pink one, it's got that iridescent wiring. So we want to make sure we can see that. Because when you're twisting it, sometimes it gets twisted up, literally, and you can't see it. So fluffing is just pulling it out, stretching out your mesh, making sure it's not any kind of weird crinkles in it. So that's what we're doing right now. Just fluffing it out a little bit so we can actually see. The good thing is they all have, you can move the blue around so that you can see your ribbon a little bit better. This is no rhyme or reason. And you'll hear wreath makers say all day they can get lost in the sauce of just fluffing, because you can always find a piece that needs to be turned or something. So it is a bit addictive. You just want to just keep fixing it and pulling it out. But we're not going to spend all day fluffing. We just are doing enough so that we can kind of see all of our ribbon. See, like this one turned a little bit. So we want to bring this out. But what y'all think so far? It is looking, I'm loving them colors too. It's so pretty. It's so pretty. If my mom catches this on the replay, she gonna want this. But I want this. I want to keep this one for me. But if mom asks, y'all know I'm going to say yeah. I'm going to push over. My cousin already know that about me. With my mom, I just feel like, oh, yes, yes, mom. Cannot help it. All right. All right. So that's good enough. We got our dovetails. We've pulled out some of our ribbon. We got our glitter showing. It is looking really, really pretty, y'all. It really is. It really is. And I got to shout out, you know, and again, y'all saw people are spending like $60 and $70 on a good one. And, you know, I might do another one just because I do want to keep this one for myself. But I might do another one where I use our trusty hot glue gun to glue some of the two bigger ones together and then make it for the door, because those people are charging like $80 to $90 and people are buying them. And you say to yourself, well, how do I get started? Make a big, beautiful one and gift it to somebody. And let the orders start coming in. Let other people see it. Take some pictures, put it on your social media, and let folks see it. Do a contest if you got a channel and gift one away. All right, so we have fluffed. Can y'all see it? Look at that. That is so pretty. Just even standing alone by itself. I want y'all to be able to see the color. You can't really, I'm going to close the screen so you might be able to see it better. But nice and full. Nice and full. One row of mesh and 3 ribbons. So now we've got a nice little base. You can't even see the bottom of it. But look at that. You wouldn't even know what color your wreath base is. All right. So now this is our base. This is our base. The next thing. Let's try. I might have made it a little darker, but I wanted y'all to be able to see it a little better when I hold it this way. Now you can see it. There we go. That looks so much better. Okay, so now our base. Our base is good to go. There we go. Now I can move the rest of the ribbons because we didn't use them. We don't need any more mesh because we didn't use it. Now we got our embellishment. So here we go. I know my computer better not be doing a restart. Hold on, y'all. Windows is playing games. Do not do it. Windows was trying to update like in the middle of my live. Okay, so these I don't count because I had these already. Just floral picks. When I see something that's inexpensive like that, I snatched this type of stuff up. This, we knew when I saw it at Christmas time on clearance, I knew these were going to be some good picks for the spring. So we got these to decide if we're going to add that. Like I said, Holly grabbed these from the Dollar Tree. I thought these little bunnies were so cute. This one is like a little iridescent champagne-y color one. And then the blue, right? Not quite the blue of our mesh, but so complimentary. Then I found these at the Dollar Tree. This was a great buy because you got 12 of these little picks for $1.25, and they got glitter. Now, normally what I would have done is I would spray, and this is a hack and tip I suggest. Anytime you buy something from the Dollar Tree with some glitter to it, y'all, spray it. Spray your glitter. And so that with a sealer, a clear matte sealer is fine. Krylon is great. A can of that, and that'll stop the glitter from getting everywhere. But these we're going to put in there. And then here is our beautiful pink. I've had these. I know y'all saw this at the Dollar Tree before. I've had this for a long time, and I want to stick some of these in there because I think that this pink up against this is going to give it such character. So this, I just wrapped around some cording. As you can see, I just got a cardboard and it was wrapped around here. So I'm going to just cut some, right? A little bit. So let's do that. Now this part doesn't have any wiring in it. So that's why I wanted to keep the wire from the pipe cleaners in it so that when we put these in, and all I'm going to do with this is I just did an easy bend. I didn't measure. And I'm just going to wrap it like we did the ribbon. Try to keep it around the same size. It's kind of jellied. So I'm just wrapping it. All right, I'm going to take my scissors, cut up, hold the middle, flip it around, scissors, cut. Now I got me some pink squigglies, and I just think I'm going to go in, put it down in the middle, and give it, ooh. Oh, now this one much softer. And just put it in there, just everywhere. You know, it's not going to be any method to where it goes. I just think popping on in, tying a little bit up so that a little bit of it can stick out. Again, we're going to cut the silver, though believe it or not, the silver is actually blending in really nicely with it. So we might decide to leave the silver. All right, again, I'm just coming in looking for my pipe cleaner, doing a little twist here. I'm not putting it on every single one. I'm just adding a little bit of pink. It's letting me add just a little bit of another color, pastel color. They have this in all kinds of colors. If you go over in their floral section is where I think this is where this hangs out at. I actually could have stood to make it a little longer so it could really stick out a little bit more and give it a little bit more character. But now it's just about giving your centerpiece a little pizzazz. So we're doing this with a little bit of the pink floral that I had, I don't even think this is called a flora. I don't know what I would call this because I had it for so long. It wasn't even on its original paper roll that it came on. So I don't remember what it's called. But look at that. Can you see it? It added something, y'all. I got one more piece. It did. It played off of that pink ribbon so nicely. Karen, I'm so glad you and Bontil told me to use that one. All right, I'm going to put it right here. Do y'all think we should do the greens? I don't know. I think the greens, we could. Now, sometimes what you can do when you're not sure, and again, the last part that you cut is the pipe cleaners because you only cut when you know you're not going to add anything else to it. So sometimes what you want to do is kind of lay it out and lay the color up against it. Now, if I'm honest, I think this green is a little too harsh. I think this green is too dark, whereas this one looks a lot more if we use it. If y'all think we should use it. Y'all think it needs some green? What y'all think? Maybe a few underneath the bottom? No. Let me see what y'all think. It is popping. It's so cute. All right. While we decide if we need greenery in it or not, what I want to make sure I do put in so that y'all can see is how do we put the bunnies in? Because the bunnies are kind of like our center. We're going to need 2 pipe cleaners for the bunny. These will stick in on their own, so I'll show you that in a minute. Okay. Are we doing greenery or not? What do y'all think? We know we're going to use some Easter egg kits. We know we're going to do those. And they got our 3 colors in here. They got our blue. They got our yellow. That looks more orangey though, I ain't gonna lie. Oh, here's the yellow. Yeah. That purple is really pretty too. All right. So I suppose I could put the rest of them in too. What do y'all think? Is anybody telling me? No greenery? Okay. Received. I will overdo it, honey, if y'all don't stop me. All right. So one other trick I want to make sure I share today is another hack. Now, I know some people who do wreaths. They use something called floral pick wiring when they need to stick something down. And that stuff costs money. It is a little pricey. I'm going to show y'all how to do it with a paper clip. So how we're going to get the bunnies down is we're going to break open our paper clip first and foremost. And now to cut a paper clip, you do need a different kind of wiring. This is my floral wiring. So I'm basically going to cut the paper clip and create my own floral stem pick. Mine still said no greenery either. Great. All right. So I got 2 pieces now. And they usually sell these. And they can be pretty pricey. But everybody's got paper clips that you're not using because they give you 50,011,000 paper clips. And you don't ever need that many. So how are we going to use them today? We're going to take little bunny. We're going to snip off his little tag. So this is our blue bunny. And we got to get the bunny. We got to get bunny inside of here. So remember, we didn't put anything in our middle. If we look at our back, our whole middle row is open. That's Bunny's house. Okay. And we're going to prep him. So first things first, we're going to stick. Ooh, where'd I go? Come over here. It's freezing. Hold on. Okay, there we go. So we're going to stick this inside the bottom like this. It's foam, so it will stick. Can you see that? We're going to take his pipe cleaner, fold it in half, because we got to affix him to it. So we're going to put the pipe cleaner through here like this. And then we're going to press this down. And now Mr. Bunny is hanging. Now I am going to use both sides because I didn't get the hot glue gun out today. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to cross this the opposite way. So now I don't have to worry about him falling out. Okay. So he's on. And now we're going to come to the middle of the wreath. We're going to find, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So somewhere around right here, I'm going to take the bunny. Because remember, this is going to be our centerpiece on a table. So I'm going to take his pipe cleaner. I'm going to stick it where I put my finger at. And I'm sorry if this angle is awkward, but give me a second to turn it around for y'all. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Okay. So now we just moving everything out the way. And I'll probably come back later today when I come back home and I'll glue it down. I'll glue the little pick down to make sure. But this is just me moving the mesh and the ribbon so he sits flat on the pegboard. And then once I get all of this stuff from up under his little bum bum, I could turn it over, pull nice and tight, and twist, twist, twist. Now again, later today, I'm probably going to come back and I'm going to glue him down. Can y'all see him? Can y'all see him? He's so cute. He's so stinking cute. And his little pink is around him. Oh, I didn't even put that one in. Oh, I must have loosened it. I did. I loosened the little pink part. Let's tighten that up. Sorry, I pulled out the pink part, getting him in. All right. So he's in. Now he's got to have a friend. We don't want him hanging out by himself. So we have our other one, our little white one, which, well, it's almost like a champagne color. So we're going to clip that off. And I was looking for, I had some that were slightly bigger. I pulled them out too before we got started. Oh, here it is. I wanted my big one too. All right, let's do one more so that bunny doesn't come out. Let's clip it. And then the last thing to do, and this is just extra keeping it in and a way to save you from going and buying wire clips that you may not keep doing wreaths. So you're going to go spend $6 for that pack that you may only use once or twice, when I know you got some paper clips at your house that you can do the same thing. It'll work the same way. Like I said, the only thing I would do a little different is I'm going to glue this to the base when I come back, just to make sure, especially if I'm selling these, I'm going to, you know what? I don't know if I'm going to be live because we got to decorate and I'll be working, but I'll definitely try to post the video tonight. All right, so I'm going to put this, sorry, Don. Like, yeah, I don't think I'm going to go live again today because I don't think I'll have the time. Where I have to drive is like an hour from my house to go for the event. So, okay, let's get the second bunny in and wrap this puppy up. Okay. I actually feel like I could probably do, and I might do that. I just might do it. I think we're going to use the third bunny, y'all, because the two, while cute, it looks a little bit off because it's only got two bunnies and I got this other side. So remember I told y'all I didn't glue the other one. This was my sample that I played around with. So guess what we're about to do? And this just shows you how flexible it can be. So let's cut and let's bring the yellow bunny, which is actually going to help the wreath look even better. Oh. All right. I love this. I love it when a good idea comes together. All right. Let's get our last bunny in. We got 3. And actually, this is probably where her house was supposed to be all along, because this yellow is going to look so good. Let's put our pipe cleaner through. Press it down. I'm glad I didn't go back and glue it last night because I need her to finish off our wreath now. And we got, yep, I got some space right there. I just got to get to her. Open it up. There it is. That's where it's going to go. Can y'all see that? So let's put the last bunny in here. Oh, goodness. Me and this hand, y'all. Me and this hand. All right. It's going to fit right in here. Add myself to the end of the table. Oh, yep. Makes me happy. Twist. I'm going to show y'all in 1 second. Let me tighten her up. There it is. You see it? Can you see it? She's so cute. So now the only thing we have to do, because remember now we have to clip silver because we don't need the silver in our way. So now I'm just going to come in, clip right above it, and then bend it down. And then we'll fluff it out the way. So all you do now is you go through your wreath you find your silver, in my case, silver, pipe cleaners and clip the extra. And I don't throw these away because these can be used for future projects that doesn't need pipe cleaners to be as long. So all I'm doing now is cleaning this up. I'm just looking wherever I see my silver, in your case, whatever color you use. Then we'll put our little eggs in. And I told y'all this silver is really blending, so I gotta really look because it's kind of hard to see it. And I might have missed some. I'm gonna move this out the way for now. Might have missed some. All right. So now let's get our picture back over here. All right. So this is the side view. I mean, the top view, guys. This is the side. There's our bunny. The only thing missing now is our little egg picks. Now these, I will have to glue these down because they'll come out because they don't have anything bendable on them, but they do allow us to the hot glue. If I had the glue gun on, which I don't, I didn't plug the glue stick up this morning. But I'm just gonna stick these in randomly to show you the embellishment of them. I'm suggesting that you cut the sticks if you do get them, and this way you can slide them in wherever you choose to inside of your design. And then once you know where you want it to go, I suggest you glue it in. And as you can see, it's giving me a hard time because I need to put my hand underneath. But you got to be careful with them because again, they did come from the Dollar Tree, so their material is not as the sturdiest. The only thing that I also would do that I didn't do today, to be honest with you, is I would spray this with sealant so that the glitter doesn't get everywhere. I'm just cutting all the sticks now. Might as well do them all at one time. And again, you get 12 of these for $1.25. So that's a really great price. And then you're just gonna stick them where you want them to go. And that just adds to the Easter of it all. I'm gonna put some on this side. Don't want the same colors, buy the same colors. And I would put them, let the bunnies be the star of the show in the middle. So I would just stick these along the sides where the material and the ribbons are. And this is no rhyme or no, right or wrong way for this. You just got to make sure you stick it through the mesh. And then you got your little eggs in there. That was by the yellow, so that's going to wash out. I'm going to get this pink one over here. Oh, I don't like this one. We use the orange. It's okay. The good thing is with pastels, I can bring any color into this I want, and it's still going to look so cute and look so good. All right, so our eggs are in. Our eggs are in. We said no to the other part. So, guys, this is it. So, I'm going to take the phone from overhead, and I'm going to show you. All right. Y'all ready for the reveal? There it is. What you think? This is your Dollar Tree hack centerpiece. This is the back of bunnies. And again, I'm going to glue them down because I see they are like slightly off, but that's because I need to glue them down. But this is our ribbon. Here's our pink embellishments, our little eggs hanging out. What you think? That's it. You like it? Okay, so what I need to do now, let me do this. I'm going to take some still shots of it. But that's our project, y'all. I love it too. It's so pretty. And what's cool about it is it can be the centerpiece on your table. Or if I wanted to, I could turn the bunnies sideways. And I may show y'all that too. And make it a door wreath where the bunnies are coming straight down and laying on it. And then I can hang it on the door if I want to. The beautiful thing is this, guys, we made this with a Dollar Tree pegboard. We just used the rectangular one that they have year round. And you can make all kinds of centerpieces. 1 roll of mesh, 3 rolls of ribbon. Embellishments are up to you. So you're talking about $10, and we saw 35 and up online that people are paying. And I told y'all I did this little flat one yesterday. This is the small one that went on the side of it. So what if this was my centerpieces on my table? I'm telling you, such a cute little project. Yeah, a cute little centerpiece. Or like if you're having a dinner and each one has their name for where they're going to sit. So as y'all can tell, I'm so glad to be back. I'm so glad that I got through my hand surgery. I appreciate all of the prayers and well wishes. I really appreciate everybody who was supporting me on my second channel. I am going to continue to grow that channel because I am more than my crafts. And we be over there talking about some real stuff impacting us ladies. And really just all of us as we get older. But again, my story is speaking from, my experience as a 52-year-old Black female. But there's a lot of good conversation over there. We're going to grow that channel too. But yes, I am enjoying Saturday mornings. So I will be thinking of something really cool for us to learn how to do next Saturday morning at 8:30, right? I do start early because I want y'all to have the rest of y'all day. So I appreciate you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you all so, so, so much. I hope you have an amazing Saturday, and I will see you all next Saturday for our next craft and conversations and coffee. Bye, everybody.